Hey everybody, it's me, Betty. I'm back from my road trip. Let's go over the rock hounding stops that I made and cut open a couple of the rocks that I found. We spent the night in Reno and then onward to Phoenix. We stopped at a place called Chalcedony Hill in Nevada. This was a pretty quick stop. This location is right next to the freeway. People were doing some target shooting and Lola didn't appreciate it, so we left pretty quickly. But this is an example of some of the material that we found. It's all pretty fractured up, and I don't know, I called it Chalcedony of questionable quality hill because all of the chalcedony that I found was really fractured. Maybe more time spent researching and more time on the ground, I could have found better material. I really don't know. But I'll show you another piece. It's similar. It's slightly different colors. But it's also all fractured up. So, like I said, the stuff that I found was really fractured up, but I thought I'd try to cut this piece anyway. It basically exploded, so here's a clip of me putting it back together. I'm just kidding. I wasn't sure how to use the footage of this rock. Cutting it went so poorly that the only way I could figure out how to use it was by reversing the footage. It's a neat piece of chalcedony, and maybe if I were gentler with it, or if I stabilized it, I could do something with it. I don't know. Here she is in all her glory before I cut her. I will add the close-up photos and some UV photos of all of these rocks at the end of the video. So we spent 2 days in Phoenix. We were there to see a really close friend of my husband's, and I had not met this friend. And the friend passed away moments after my husband arrived. So I still didn't get to meet him, but I have a feeling that that's exactly the way that he wanted it. Everything happens for a reason, and things work out the way that they work out. We knew that we needed to try to enjoy our time as much as possible, and our first stop was Sedona. Sedona is beautiful. We did the Devil's Bridge hike at sunset. Well, I didn't make it all the way to the very top. Lola couldn't get there, but it was a beautiful hike nonetheless. A girl named Summer did part of the hike with us. So shout out, Summer, if you ever see this. You were hilarious. We stayed in Cornville, Arizona, and from there we were able to get to Sedona pretty quickly. And we also were able to get to Camp Verde. And we went to this rockhounding spot. It was called the Chasm. This felt like really good snake habitat to me. But I didn't see a snake or a lizard all day. I don't know where they were. I did find a few cool rocks here. I'll show you here in a minute. My husband and I have a joke when someone doesn't get my sarcasm. We'll say, "Oh, you fell into the chasm." I tried to capture what the environment here was like and how we found most of the pieces, just sort of sitting in the gravel. I didn't dig. I would have died. It was hot. My lips are still chapped. Look, things die here. Arizona is hot. I made sure I was carrying at least a liter in my backpack, and we didn't really go far from the car. It was hot. I'm from Oregon. This is one of the pieces that I collected at the chasm. Let's see what's inside of it. A lot of the pieces that I brought home from this area have calcium carbonate all over them. I'm soaking some in vinegar, and we have experimented with soaking some in muriatic acid. Um, I just can't really do the muriatic acid by myself. I'm freaking scared of it. I'm not certain what this stone is technically called, but I'm just going to call it Chalcedony. Um, it's super funky, lots of different colors, and it's really reactive under UV, which is fun. I hope I get more pieces like this. Funky. We spent the night in Goldfield, Nevada. This is a teeny tiny little town. That rock store is just about the only thing there, and unfortunately it wasn't open. But onward to Tonopah. Tonopah had some of my favorite rocks. I only have one bone to pick. It was this clown motel. No way. No way was I going to stay there. No. Here's a quick look at the environment around Tonopah and some of the rocks that I found. This was one of my favorite spots. The material has lots of different colors, but there's a lot of deep, dark, chocolatey brown and red and yellow. It's all super orange under UV. I would definitely go back there. I mean, I have to go back to Arizona too, but I definitely liked Tonopah a lot. I have a load of these in the tumbler already. I've heard that you can find fire agate near Tonopah. So the pieces that I put into my tumbler, I'll be trying to check more regularly, just in case I manage to find anything. I'm not sure I'd know it if I saw it, but I really, really do like this material. I really just wanted to show it to you guys. I wanted to show you more than this. It would take me hours, though. Some of these pieces are pretty unique, and I'm not sure how to handle them. I really want to free-form polish this one. It's not it's not solid chalcedony. I think that it's a mix of materials, but some of those brown stripes are super translucent. If you're familiar with this material, please feel free to comment. I'm not from Nevada. A lot of this stuff from Tonopah is really earthy colors, very brown. Some of it has little bits in it, but it's the chunks are small and the chunks are in odd shapes, but they're not very fractured up. Like it's just very consistent material, which I haven't found a lot of in my rockhounding. So very, very interesting. I did find this piece of petrified wood. I'm really sure this, well, I feel sure that this is petrified wood, this piece. I'm sure someone will say, no, it's not. Maybe it's banded shirt. I think this is wood, okay? And now, you know, because I can see into the future, I think that this is also petrified wood. But it can be so hard to tell. It's so hard to be certain. But this is really neat. And I don't think I'd ever found a piece that was green and yellow before. Um, so here's another piece of, well, I would call that chalcedony. Hopefully nobody's going to say, oh my God, it's all chert. Um, please don't. No, I'm just kidding. Say whatever you want. I don't know what method we use to measure the translucency of objects, but us rock people need to know. I need to know how to measure this. Smart people help me out. Okay, last two rocks. These are both from Tonopah. Let's see what's inside. This was a pretty rushed trip and it was hastily planned, but Arizona and Nevada did not disappoint me. I will definitely be back. We took quite a bit of footage of our driving. We tried to capture as much of the scenic changes as we could, and I'll try to post that video later too. But it's like 20 minutes of no rocks. So you'll have oh, but there is a donkey fight. I can promise a donkey fight. I wish they hadn't, but they did. So yeah, um, uh, people are talking. There's a lot of hype about this donkey fight. You know, nobody got hurt though. All the donkeys walked away. One more piece from Tonopah. We are now pretty sure that this is a piece of petrified wood. Am I certain? No. Don't ask me. I will never be sure. If you're still here, thank you. I can't wait to cut the next rock. See you soon.